we've gone from varieties to legends. Hey there, folks. I am the Mighty Plantain. Thanks for checking out this video. And we've got the Sam Adams Fall Legends variety pack. Now, I'm not going to lecture a professional marketing department on marketing, but look, Legends. We got Jacko, okay, it's the Traveler Shandy Fall, whatever thing. Flannel Fest is actually only a few years old. It's kind of perfect enough to be a legend. Oktoberfest is definitely a legendary beer. And Harvest Hell's being new this year. Okay, Flannel Fest might eventually become a legend. Oktoberfest is a legend. The other two, we're not quite there yet. So I think you guys need to re-examine your definition of the word legend and maybe just go back to Fall Variety Pack or Harvest Pack or, any one of the other iterations of the Fall Variety Pack other than Legends. Unless you want to bring back the Harvest Pumpkin Ale, pair that with Oktoberfest, Fat Jack, and maybe, the original Boston Lager. There you go. There's 4 fucking legends you can put in one pack. These are not legends, folks. They're good beers, but they're not legends. Okay, enough about that. We're going to fucking move on from my little irritation at Fall Legends. You're about 50% legendary level here. Being generous, giving Flannel Fest legendary status. I'm going to start my review, though, with a Jacko. Now, as I said before, this is one of the old Traveler beers. It was a Traveler Fall Shandy, I think. And it's gone through a couple of changes and a few different iterations, but it's now Jacko. Jacko's cinnamon and nutmeg aromas recall memories of freshly baked pumpkin pie. It has the ideal balance of seasonal spices with a crisp, refreshing finish. Sorry, the blue on orange is kind of throwing my eyesight off. I'm coming wrong, a little bit nearsighted anyway, but color differential. It's making me read more slowly than I should. Don't get me wrong, I love fall beers. Fall and winter beers are some of my favorites. I love the darks. I love the comfy, warming beers. I love IPAs. But, the darker, warmer fall and winter beers are more my favorites than summer and spring beers. Don't get me wrong, the light, fruity, easier drinking beers are nice too, but I do really like my fall and winter beers. All right. I said that 3 fucking times right there. So, trying to stall, giving this head time to settle down because I got an aggressive pour on that for once. So Jacko mentions pumpkin pie. It looks a lot like pumpkin pie. It's got that nice dark brown color, slightly hazy, tons of bubbles coming up from that nucleation point down there. So it's very effervescent, also evidenced by the fact that I did put a really decent head on it, because I struggle with that, and this was easy to put a head on. But it is a beautiful beer, and is very nice looking. Beautiful and very nice looking. Repeating myself already. Holy shit, I've had too much to drink already tonight. Sorry, folks. You're going to have to just deal with that in this fall pack review. Because I'm not going to stop now. Anyway, it looks a lot like pumpkin pie. It's got a very nice, slightly orangish brown color to it. And smelling it, sticking my nose right in the foam too. It's a distinctly pumpkin aroma. They mentioned nutmeg and cinnamon. Those fall pumpkin pie spices. Definitely coming through in the aroma. It smells a lot like pumpkin pie, and honestly, this might be a mental stretch, but there's a hint of creamy sweetness in the aroma too. I like my pumpkin pie with whipped cream. Cool Whip, honestly. The emulsified fat flavor is just somewhat different than actual whipped cream, and it just imparts this different character to the pumpkin pie than real whipped cream does. Again, I digress. But I'm getting a hint of that creamy aroma on this as well, but it definitely smells like pumpkin pie. It's got a nice medium mouthfeel. It's got some body to it. Now, here's the thing, the finish is more like pumpkin pie than I'm used to from this beer. I almost wonder if they've changed up the formulation again, but I mentioned before, it's a slightly different take, a little bit of a variation on Traveler's pumpkin shandy. Maybe it's Harvest Shandy, I can't remember. But it was a pumpkin shandy, which is supposed to be like a slightly sourish beer, combined with a sweet, fruity pumpkin flavor. Sweet on top of pumpkin flavor, sweet, fruity pumpkin flavor. And it still has that. There's a hint of sourness and sweetness up front. But then that sweet and sour character, almost like sweet and sour sauce from McDonald's on their chicken nuggets or whatever, fades and then hits you with this wet pumpkin-y character, this organic pumpkin-y character, with then the nutmeg and cinnamon spices. It finishes crisp and clean like a slice of pumpkin pie, but it starts out sweet and slightly sour like a shandy. For that reason, it's not one of my favorite pumpkin beers. That first initial sweet and sour hit does not hit me right when it comes to pumpkin beers. I want something that's pulpy and pumpkin-y, and then maybe you incorporate the cinnamon, nutmeg, the pumpkin pie spices. I don't want that sweet and sour flavor up front and then pumpkin afterwards. I want all pumpkin. Which is why I like the Harvest Pumpkin Ale and the Fat Jack and those others I mentioned. Anyway, it's not bad. It's different. It's interesting. It's a combination of flavors that shouldn't really work together but do. Honestly, I think I'm moving the Jacko up this year. I'm hitting it today with a 4 out of 5. Overall, I'm enjoying it. I think I usually hit it with a 3.5 or maybe lower, but today it's a 4. It's hitting me just right at this point in time. So, that being said, I'm going to finish this up and we're going to move on. We'll do Flannel Fest next. All right, next up is Flannel Fest. Like I said, this one's been out for a couple of years now, and it's honestly, it's a favorite. Now, Flannel Friday from Harpoon is similar, but better. Sorry, guys, it just is. But Flannel Fest, I like this beer. Take it slow. Man, that's 2 so far. I've put a decent head on without trying too hard. maybe I just got too aggressive with the pour, but here's the deal with this beer. It is clear, not hazy, a very robust, roasty, reddish orangish brown. Look at that. That is the color of fall. It's beautiful. Lovely beer. Now, despite the fact that I put a decent head on it, it's not very effervescent after the fact. But man, I love that fucking color. I love that color and that clarity. And the aroma. It looks like fall. It smells like fall. It has a very slightly roasty and smoky fall leaves aroma. It's crisp and it's clean. And the taste is basically along the same lines. It's a nice medium mouthfeel. Again, a roasty, slightly smoky, crisp, clean flavor. It's like autumn leaves, freshly crushed underfoot, or thrown onto the bonfire. Big handful of leaves thrown into the fire pit. The aroma of those two things, they catch in the back of your throat, and they give you a certain flavor when it happens. This beer is that and everything else about fall. It's just fucking great. It's delicious. Pardon. Roasty, smoky, malty, maybe slightly sweet on the back end. The hiccups here are coming through. That's what the problem is here. There's an audible one. I'm going to try and tamp them down here. But this beer is everything fall. It's pretty damn good. Love it. I look forward to it every year now. Hitting it with a 4 out of 5. Honestly, because in terms of fall and Oktoberfest style beers, I say this all the time these days. It's good and it's delicious, but it's not standing out from the crowd of delicious, sweet, roasty, fall in leaf flavor. The whole experience of this beer isn't as unique as it would have been a couple of years ago. There's lots of very leafy, organic, roasty, toasty, fall style beers out there, but it's also one that I have nothing bad to say about. Flannel Fest sits at a full-on 4 out of 5 today. I'm going to finish this up, move on. We're going to check out the Harvest Hells. That's the new one. All right, next up is the Sam Adams Harvest Hells. Now, this is the first, well, the only new beer in this pack this year. Crisp and easy drinking. Brewer and Patriot Sam Adams. 5.4% ABV, 15 IBUs. What do we say about the Harvest Hells? This smooth Hells lager, most Hells are lagers, I think all of them might be actually, balances malty flavor with floral hop aroma. Perfect for tailgating, hiking, or sitting around the bonfire. Well, the master of ceremonies for Sasquatch Saturdays. If you know, you know. I'll be the judge of the bonfire bit here. It's distinctly lighter than the other beers in the pack so far. Another mostly non-hazy beer. It's slightly hazy. There's a little bit of cloudiness to it. but it's mostly a nice golden color. And actually, even though more light comes through where the beer is thinner down below and less light usually gets through up top, this is more uniform. If you notice, it's a very uniform golden honey-colored beer, slightly effervescent. There's very few bubbles coming up through there, but it's mostly clear, slightly cloudy. That's interesting. There's a bit of a metallic tang to the aroma. I think most hells happen to have like an earthy, borderline metallic tang. This is metallic for sure. It can't be the cans, because the other beers that came out of the same type of cans did not have a metallic tang to them. And a bitterness, but not necessarily hoppy bitterness. Interesting. Very interesting. It's maybe a hint of citrus underneath the metallic tang, which is an interesting interplay of flavor aromas. All right, enough about that. Metallic, copper specific maybe, a hint of citrusy, but a very, very, very interesting aroma. That's different. Medium light mouthfeel. I don't think there's been a lot of Hell's varieties made lately, much less sampled by me. But what I'm getting, I want to use the word alkaline, because that metallic tang in the aroma is coming through in the flavor, and then it's kind of fading to a smoky character. It's got my attention. It's definitely interesting and not a common combination of flavors here, but I'm not sure that it's sitting right with me. Like I said, it's interesting, but I don't know if I'm particularly 100% enjoying it. It's definitely tangy too, like almost a citrusy tangy, but that might be, like I said, the alkaline character. Citrusy sour stuff tends to be more acidic. This is more alkaline. I'm going to repeat myself. I'm drunk enough to do that. It's definitely got a tang to it that it's not typical. It's not something I come across all the time. Possibly earthy and grassy hop notes that, again, are atypical for me. I usually pick up on citrus and pine. It's different. It's definitely different. I'm trying to think back to the last time I had a Hell's. It's been a little while, I think. Pardon. I mean, see, I'm not ready to say good. I'm ready to say it's interesting. It's got my attention because it's different, but I'm not 100% sure that I'm actually fully enjoying it. I think I'm just intrigued by it. This beer is confusing me a bit. On a scale of 1 to 5, which is what I use. 2.5 is average. So if I were to go 3.5, that would mean that it's better than most average beers, or all average beers. I'm just not sure I'm enjoying it enough to give it the full 3.5, but giving it a 3 puts it mildly above average, which seems unfair given the somewhat different and unusual, outstanding flavor profile. So I think I'm going to settle at a 3.5, which is nothing. Again, it's a slightly above average rating. It's got my attention for being different based on all the things I've said before. But at the same time, I'm not necessarily enamored of the flavor profile. It's just different enough that I have to acknowledge that it's good. But I'm not ready to bump it up to a 4 or a 4.5. I just think it's a decent above, average beer. But I have to call out the fact that some of the flavor characteristics are different than what I'm used to. I'm just not. I'm going in circles here. So, that being said, 3.5 out of 5. That's where I'm at in the Harvest Hells. Thinking there's other people out there who are going to like it a lot more than I do. There's other people out there who are going to say it sucks. But for me, it's interesting and different. But I'm not sure that I think it's interesting and different enough that I really like it. The overall flavor just isn't doing it for me. So that's where we're at. 3.5 out of 5. I'm going to finish this up and we're going to move on to the Oktoberfest from Sam Adams. There's no mysteries there. If you've seen any of my fucking fall Sam Adams beer videos, you can probably just skip the last one here. But we're going to do it anyway. Sam Adams Oktoberfest is the last beer in this bag, folks. Pardon. Camera battery is not going to last much longer, I don't think. But, as I said before, anybody who's seen any of these fall beer pack reviews, no surprises, no mysteries here. I'm going to cut this really quick and short. But, look at that. A beautiful orangish brown beer, only slightly effervescent, but clear, not hazy. Got a decent head on it without trying too hard. Smells like fall. I stuck my nose right in the head there, so smells like fall. A light aroma of crisp, crunchy leaves, nice, slightly cool outdoor weather, fire pit, woodiness. It's just got this natural, organic, crisp fall aroma. Nice medium mouthfeel, good and clean. Again, organic, grassy, crisp, crunchy leaves. Fall. Malty, roasty, slightly smoky. Goes down easy and smooth. little bite of citrus in the finish, maybe. Hint of hoppy bitterness, but not enough to overcome that nice fall character. Smoky, roasty, slightly sweet. What else can you say about Sam Adams Oktoberfest? It's just plain fucking delicious. It's honestly one of the yardsticks I use to measure Oktoberfest beers. Because it's been around for a while and it's got that nice, solid style to it. Let's look at the flagship beers from Sam Adams. Boston Lager. They went and fucked that up completely. Sam Summer. It was made lighter, crisper, more citrusy, and hazy. They messed with that recipe. Spring. They don't really have a spring beer. Kind of been rotating that around, but even like Porch Rocker has gone through a couple of different recipes. Porch Rocker seems to be their solid spring beer, but again, it's gone through a couple of iterations. Fall. Oktoberfest. They haven't fucked with Oktoberfest yet. It's still the same Sam Adams Oktoberfest that we had years ago when they first put it out. It hasn't changed. Winter Lager. Winter Lager was made lighter, crisper, and more refreshing. Sam Adams Oktoberfest is the only one of their flagship beers, seasonally speaking at all, that they haven't fucked with. And I hope they never do. For me, this is a quintessential Oktoberfest beer. Like I said, it's been a yardstick for years, and it will always be one of my number one Oktoberfests. There's some local breweries that make some similar products that are maybe a little bit superior, honestly. But the Sam Adams one is always what I measure them against. So take that for what it's worth. Alright, tonight, not quite at a full-on 5 out of 5. Sam Adams Oktoberfest. It may be a yardstick. It's probably what I measure other Oktoberfests against, but it's not standing out from the crowd or giving me that wow reaction enough. Honestly, these other three might be dragging it down. I'm hitting with a 4.5 out of 5 tonight. Mostly because it's not standing out for me. I got nothing bad to say about it, but I can't quite give it that full-on 5 out of 5 perfect rating or wow reaction that I probably would have last year even. There's other Oktoberfest beers out there that are hitting that 5 out of 5. Local stuff, or at least they're hitting the 4.5. I'd be hard pressed to find a favorite Oktoberfest style over Sam Adams Oktoberfest, but maybe that's a future video. We'll see. Maybe I'll grab this Cushion Oktoberfest. Let's pick a load. Just hit. That's more of a pumpkin ale, though, not an Oktoberfest officially. Harpoon's Flannel Friday is more of a contemporary to Flannel Fest than actual Oktoberfest. I mean, I'd be hard pressed to find an Oktoberfest that outperforms Sam Adams overall in quality, etc., etc., etc. But I'm not ready to push it to a 5 out of 5 just yet. Not today. Anyway. I'm obviously rambling incoherently at this point, so I am full of beer and alcohol and I am dumb. So anyway, hit me up down below in the comments, the email link. Love to hear what you have to say about any of these 4 Fall Legends beers. You know what? Maybe 2 of them are Legends. Fall Half Legends beer pack. While you're down there, don't forget to like and share the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Till next time, folks, thanks for tuning in. Fucking cheers. And hit those Stein hoisting competitions. They're coming up.